2,156 clues have come and gone, but 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this 81st episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're ready to have your day ruined by some difficult Disney trivia. That's why you're here, right? Let's check out the rules on your screen. They're the same rules as always. So if you want to cheat and be a cheater because you don't know the answers, I couldn't care less, so really be my guest. In last week's episode 80, the final Jeopardy category was names in the title. That, of course, carries over to this episode 81. I'll be asking you questions all about characters who have their names in the title of the movie that they're in. There are also 4 other categories headed your way, so without further delay, let's check them out. Once again, names in the title carries over from episode 80 to episode 81. The second category, you can fly. This is all about characters who can fly in Disney and Pixar films. The third category you'll be playing, live action original songs. Yes, the ever polarizing live action remakes that Disney has been making for the last 10 years often follow their animated inspirations to a T, though every so often they get a little creative and throw in a new original song. I'll be reading you the lyrics to one of those new original songs, and you'll have to tell me what live action film the song was in. The fourth category is your Disney Parks category of the week, the 1964 World's Fair. Yes, we're going 60 years back in time to right here, New York City. The 1964 World's Fair took place, and Walt Disney used the fair as a bit of an experimental ground to test out new attraction ideas. I'll be asking you all about Disney's role in the 1964 World's Fair. And the final category you'll be playing, it is your Club DJ member category of the week, Superhero Duos. That's right, shout out to all the Club DJ members. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate you voting in the member category of the week poll last week. There it is on your screen. Superhero Duos dominated the competition, pulling in 55% of the vote. That might be a record high. I have to go back and check what the other poll results were. As you can also see, Toy Story 3 was a runner-up. Toy Story 3 will carry over to this week's poll, which you can vote in right now. You are a Club DJ member. In order to join Club DJ, click the join button below this video on a computer. It is now time for the easiest round of the game, the cupcake round. Each of these clues worth just 200 points each. Hopefully you go 5 for 5 and bank 1,000 points under your belt. Let's see if you do. We kick things off with a little names in the title action. The first Pixar movie to feature a character's name in the title. What is Finding Nemo?
The Aquascom is programmed to scan your tank environment every 5 minutes?
Scan? What does that mean?
Finding Nemo is Pixar's 5th feature-length movie ever, coming out in 2003. Before it, we had Toy Story, which does not include a character's name. We had A Bug's Life, also does not include a character's name. Neither does Toy Story 2, and neither does Monsters, Inc. We move on to the second category of the game. It is You Can Fly. Gonna Take You There is a song sung by this flying character. Not only can he fly, but he is a firefly. The correct answer is Ray from Princess and the Frog.
Come on, Chef! Just follow the bouncing button.
Here comes a live-action original song, and I'll tell you now, no promises, and it's a good song. You'll be like what when I drop that scuttlebutt? Okay, now huddle up, Buttercup. Ah, yes. From Taylor Swift to Adele, some people just have a way with words. Scuttle is not one of those people because I think this is one of the worst songs of all time. The scuttlebutt stems from the Little Mermaid live-action remake.
I got that scuttlebutt.
Hurry up.
You'll be like, what? When I drop that scuttlebutt. Okay, now huddle up, Buttercup.
You You know, I thought about not playing you the scuttlebutt scene and sparing you, but then I said, nope, if I had to suffer through it, then all of you have to as well. Sorry, that's how it goes. Here we go with the 1964 World's Fair for 200 points. Disney's first human audio animatronic that debuted at the 1964 World's Fair was modeled after this man. That man was the 16th president of the United States of America, who is Abraham Lincoln.
Ever since I was a small boy in Illinois, I've had a great personal admiration for Abraham Lincoln. So when we decided to recreate some of the great moments in Mr. Lincoln's life for the World's Fair, we directed all our energies to that task.
It's now time for the superhero duos category. Here's how this is going to work. I am going to give you 2 Marvel superheroes from the MCU, and I am going to scramble their names. You'll have to unscramble their names and tell me who the 2 superheroes are. Here we go. This one's worth 200 points. Unscramble the superhero duo, Reno Nam and Raw Machina. I like that. Reno Nam unscrambled is Iron Man, and Raw Machina is his dear buddy War Machine.
I told you to shut it down.
That does it for the cupcake round. Hopefully you aced it, or at least did pretty well, but if you didn't, that's okay. It's not like the clues are going to get any harder or anything. Here we go. 400-point round begins with names in the title. 4 out of the first 5 Disney feature animation movies included a main character's name in the movie title. This was the only one of the first 5 that did not. So let's take a trip down memory lane. I say memory lane, I wasn't alive in the 1930s and 40s, but either way, we started with Snow White. That is a character's name in the title. That was followed by Pinocchio. That's the main character's name. We'll skip number 3 for now. Number 4 was Dumbo. And number 5 was Bambi. There are your 4 movies with the characters' names in the title. What did not have one? Fantasia. That was number 3. You Can Fly is coming at you for 400 points. The name of the bird who successfully convinces Dory and Marlin to jump in his mouth in Finding Nemo. Another Finding Nemo clue. The correct answer is Nigel.
Hey, Nigel.
What did I miss? Am I late?
Root canal, and it's a doozy.
Root canal, huh? What did he use to open?
Gator Glidden drill.
He's been favoring that one. Secondary portal terminus. Hello.
Let's see how well you know your lyrics. Here comes another original live-action tune. Now I know she'll never leave me, even as she runs away. Now this song was awesome. This was no scuttlebutt time filler. No, this one actually enhanced the plot, if you will. The title of the song was Evermore, and it was from Beauty and the Beast.
Now I know she'll never leave me.
Here comes the second World's Fair clue. After appearing at the World's Fair, this attraction/show was first moved to Disneyland before once again relocating to Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. What is the Carousel of Progress?
Well, how do you do? This is the Carousel Theater Progress. In Act 1, the audience meets an audio animatronic family.
Get ready to unscramble some superheroes and superhero duos. Unscramble the superhero duo, Tucker Cranu and Rotko. I feel like we should rename some of these characters because these names are awesome. Scrambled up. The correct answer is Rocket Raccoon and Groot.
I'm Groot.
No, that's exactly what you just said. How's that even possible? Which button is the button you're supposed to push? Point to it. No! Hey, you're making him nervous. Shut up and give me some tape. Does anybody have any tape out there? I want to put some tape over the death button.
It's time to move on to the 600-point round where things get even tougher. We once again revisit names in the title. The Disney Renaissance ended in the late 90s with these 3 movies that were all named after their film's main character. In order, they went Hercules, followed by Mulan, followed by Tarzan. It's time to sprinkle a little pixie dust and take off. Here comes You Can Fly for 600. After Peter Pan sprinkles them with pixie dust, this is the first of the Darling children to be seen flying. It was the little guy. Michael was the first one taken off.
Now, think of the happiest things. It's the same as having wings.
Here comes your third live-action original song. I won't be silenced. You can't keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try it. Sung by Naomi Scott, the name of the song is Speechless, and it is from Aladdin. Tell you what, it's a neck-and-neck race for my favorite live-action original song between Speechless and Evermore. So I'm curious what you guys think, which is the better live-action song. Here comes the 1964 World's Fair for the 3rd time. It's worth 600 points. The American company who sponsored the attraction titled Magic Skyway. It was a ride that took guests in a vehicle through different dioramas. That company was Ford. So Ford's Magic Skyway was Disney's first use of the tires that propelled a vehicle down a track. That led to the creation of the People Mover in Disneyland, which still is closed for absolutely no reason. Sorry, I get upset when talking about the Disneyland People Mover. It's gotta open, come on. D23, 2026. Hopefully they'll make the announcement. We move on to the final clue of the 3rd round. It's another superhero duo. Unscramble the duo, Pleoto and Liverwino. I came up with these and I can't figure this one out right now. Pleoto and Liverwino. Oh, I got it. Correct answer is Deadpool and Wolverine. That was genuine. I genuinely couldn't remember what the correct answer was.
I could tell you have a sort of don't get too close, I'll only break your heart vibe going here, but every other Wolverine would have really hurt me by now. And I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy, here we go.
We are more than halfway through the episode, but I tell you now, the kitchen is about to get a little hotter. It's the 2nd hardest round of the game, the 800 pointers. And it begins with names in the title. The only feature animation movie from the 1980s to include a character's name in the title. I tell you what, the 1990s get all the love when it comes to the Disney Renaissance, but the Renaissance really started in '89 with The Little Mermaid. Now, The Little Mermaid does not include a character's name in the title, and neither does the first movie from the 80s, that being The Fox and the Hound. Neither does The Black Cauldron, which was the 2nd movie. Neither does The Great Mouse Detective, which was Disney's 3rd feature animation movie of the 80s. But the 4th movie, right before The Little Mermaid, Oliver and Company.
Hey man, check it out, huh? Hey, it's an alien! Cool it, guys, it's just a cat.
It's time to take flight with the 800-pointer for You Can Fly. In the land of the living, he walked on 4 legs, but in the land of the dead, he sprouted wings and became an alebrije. He is the great dog from Coco. His name is Dante. Here comes your fourth live-action original song. Name the movie it's from. Watch the heavens open, open. Those lyrics are from Beyoncé's song Spirit, which can be heard in the Lion King remake.
Watch the heavens open, open. Yeah.
Here comes the fourth clue from the '64 World's Fair. Before being renamed It's a Small World, the planned name for the famous boat ride featuring singing kids from around the globe was this. The original name to It's a Small World was Children of the World.
The New York Exposition of 1964 is the greatest World's Fair of all time. Our exhibit, called It's a Small World, is a salute to the United Nations Children's Fund.
And if you didn't know, the reason the name changed from Children of the World to It's a Small World was because back when it was titled Children of the World, all the animatronics were singing their own national anthems. Walt Disney didn't like this. He asked the Sherman Brothers to come up with a song for the attraction. They came up with the song It's a Small World, and Walt liked it so much that he renamed the attraction It's a Small World, and now we have that song that is probably stuck in your head for about 27 weeks after you hear it while riding the ride. Here comes your fourth superhero duo. Get ready to unscramble. Unscramble the superhero duo. Waikiki and Clickba Wowdy. Who are Hawkeye and Black Widow.
But the raccoon didn't have to climb a mountain.
Technically, he's not a raccoon, you know.
Oh, whatever, eats garbage.
So there you go, 20 clues are down, only 6 remain. If you're not doing too well, you have 2 options right now. 1, you can turn things around in the 1,000 point round, or 2, you could say, 0 bothers given, and scoop up this shirt that is now available at DisneyJeopardy.com. It was out of stock for a little bit, but we got it back. And you can show that you have absolutely 0 bothers given, despite maybe not playing too well in Disney 100 Jeopardy this week. Just a thought. Anyway, you know what time it is. It is now time for the most overly dramatic soundtrack infused unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game, the 1,000 point round. Hit it. Should I make another shirt that says like 1 bother given? Like you care a little bit? Might be fun. See if anyone gets it. Here we go with the 1,000 point round. It begins with names in the title. The final time. The name of Pixar's upcoming film that utilizes the movie's main character as the film's title. Originally, this movie was supposed to come out this summer, and then Disney made the swap to release Inside Out 2 as the Pixar film for 2024, and now Elio will debut in 2025. Elio is your correct answer.
Whoa. Please state the name of your homeworld.
Earth?
Welcome, leader of Earth.
Here comes the final You Can Fly clue. After Dumbo starts to successfully fly around the big top, he shoots a bunch of these out of his trunk at the other elephants. What are peanuts?
Let's show up, Dumbo! Power dive! You're making history!
Love that. Love that. Love Dumbo just firing away at all his haters down there. All his non-believers. I always believed in you, Dumbo. Here comes your final live-action original song. All you need is your feet and a beat and the floor. Those lyrics are from I Will Always Dance, which can be heard in the live-action version of Pinocchio.
All you need is your feet and the beat and the floor.
2 clues remaining on the board. The first one belongs to the World's Fair. Despite being the only World's Fair attraction made by Disney that was not replicated in Disneyland, Ford's Magic Skyway's dinosaurs and cavemen were shipped to California and inserted into these two pre-existing rides. The caveman made his way to the Jungle Cruise, and the dinos made their way to the Disneyland Railroad. Here comes your final clue of the game before Final Jeopardy. Unscramble the superhero duo, Clathel and Hersu. Who are T'Challa and Shuri?
Strike it.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Not that hard, genius!
You told me to strike it. You didn't say how hard.
I invite you to my lab, and you just kick things around.
There you have it, 25 clues down, one remains. It happens to be the one clue of the game that will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you will be for the next 7 days. Wager it all, baby, here we go. It's Final Jeopardy, let's see what it's all about. Didn't quite make it. Okay, what is didn't quite make it all about? Well, as you know, Disney films go through a lot of cuts before they become the film that we all know and love. This category, which will return in next week's episode 82, is all about Disney characters who were supposed to be in films and then ultimately were cut. Make your wagers based on your knowledge of characters who you almost got to know a little better, but ultimately didn't make the movie. It is a slightly difficult category since these characters didn't become household names, but perhaps with my wording, you might be able to figure out what movie they were supposed to be in. Here we go. It's the final clue of episode 81. Red Feather was originally a character in this Disney feature animation film before he was cut and replaced. Good luck. And time is up. All right, I'm going to show you a picture of Red Feather, and maybe that might help you out a little bit if you want to count that. If you get it after this picture, that's for you guys to fight over if you're playing with other players. But here you go. Here's your photo. Look at Red Feather. Cool looking turkey. He was actually a talking turkey that ended up getting replaced by a mute raccoon, that being Miko. That's because Red Feather was from Pocahontas.
Wow. I mean, that was close.
I take it you're some sort of bird.
That's the understatement of the year.
Egad, it speaks.
Please don't let me stand in your way. Last thing I want to do.
I'd love to continue this scintillating conversation, but really I have to run. Goodbye.
Man, I love that animation so much. We see Red Feather talking to Ratcliffe's dog from Pocahontas. Unfortunately, John Candy, who was voicing Red Feather during production, passed away during the production of Pocahontas. And then Disney decided not to replace John Candy, but instead replace the character altogether because they didn't want talking animals in the movie anymore. So Red Feather was replaced with Miko and Flit. But yes, Red Feather was originally a character that was supposed to be in Pocahontas. And that will do it for this episode 81 of Disney 100 Jeopardy. As always, shout out to all my favorite people, the Club DJ members, all you insiders. I appreciate you all very much. Make sure you go and vote in the member category of the week poll to let your voice be heard and help determine which category of these four will be played in next week's episode. And now, as always, you know the drill. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, subscribe, click that bell icon. Hello, Bell. That was pretty good, right? Also, pick up your own Hello Bell shirt by visiting the Bunny Eclipse shop on DisneyJeopardy.com. I forgot to mention that last week. I will be filming next week's episode 82 from Walt Disney World. So if you are going to be in Walt Disney World next week, it'd be cool to say hello. So you spot me, give me a little, what's up, Belle? Hello, Belle. Hello, that one was terrible. Don't do that. That was embarrassing. Anyway, I'll see you in a week. Again, been your host, Brian. Till then.
Bye-bye.